the wrong way and get exactly the same benefits. Why would that be surprising to anybody that they would feel that way?
It's not surprising to me at all. I think it's expected. But what I would argue is that those folks are misdirecting their ire at the immigrants as opposed to the businesses and the industry that does hire them. And even those
let's go after that business.
Let's go smash capitalism. Let's do it right now.
Capitalism, I simply want to say it's obeying the law. And there are all kinds of laws that employers have to obey. You have to maintain a facility that meets the health code. You have to do all kinds of things as an employer. Now, do you say, well, we shouldn't have health codes because that's anti-capitalist? BS. It's got nothing to do with capitalism. These are the regulations that you operate under. One of them is hiring people who are legally present in the United States. There's nothing wrong with demanding that of any employer in this country. And I am all for doing it. Do you understand? That's the main issue.
I do. But even those legal immigrants, by your rationale, would depress wages. So now we're going back to the same.
Depends on how many you bring in.
But it doesn't matter what those numbers are, they will still depress wages one way or another because they are willing to work for much cheaper.
Depends on what your unemployment rate is.
They're willing to work much cheaper for what they're going to do. That is labor in a nutshell.
Let me ask you this. We have a 10% approximately. I mean, nobody knows the real unemployment rate. It's two kinds of unemployment rate, the official and the people who have just stopped looking, right? So it's high. We not agree.
That's true.
Last month, the United States of America brought in first of all, last month I saw a figure that they were touting the fact that we had created 100,000 private sector jobs. And that was everybody got excited.
Yeah, we all cheered it.
We all cheered. 100,000. I mean, in terms of changing the situation and solving the recession, it's not even come close. But big cheer went up. 100,000 private sector jobs created. Last month, we brought in 165,000 legal immigrants into the United States, plus, of course, however many came illegally, which I don't know. Now, they came. Are they working or are they not working? Are they here participating in the process by obtaining a job? If so, was that one of the 100,000 created? You see what I'm saying? Do you think it's at all reasonable for any society, any government to say, at this point when we are not creating enough jobs for the people who are here legally, that we should do something about reducing the number of people who are coming both legally and illegally?
The last time we did that was the Great Depression. We repatriated about 1 million Mexicans, both legal, illegal, and American citizens, and that did not solve the Great Depression.
Actually, it did not. It was not the last time. No.
The last time we did it in mass. I know you're going to talk about Operation Wetback.
That's right. We did it under Roosevelt. We did it under Truman. We did it under Eisenhower. Each time it was designed, to essentially. And under Eisenhower, of course, you cannot say that it resulted in any sort of economic hardship. I mean, the economy of the country went up, and so
I think that had to do more with suburbia and the world and the GI Bill, the American GI Bill that went otherwise. Absolutely.
There's still suburbia. We still have it. No, come on, Gustavo. You know as well as I do. I mean, this is a very simple equation. You've got people here of all races, of all nationalities, people, especially the lower income brackets, who are desperately seeking work.
I agree with you on all of this.
So why should we put them at risk? Why should we bring people in? I don't doubt that those people are coming for that same thing. They're coming because they want a job. I understand that. But who's our first loyalty to? Is it not to the people who are here and who have either gone through the process correctly or were born here? And Gustavo, I don't care. I can say this a million times. I don't know whether you'll ever believe me, sir, but I will tell you. It's got nothing to do with race.
And I agree.
Nothing. In my heart, nothing.
I would believe you if you did not believe. I know you heard of raspberry. That's okay.
This is the kind of thing that you have to deal with when
I understand
this discussion.
And I feel you, and I respect you for doing that. But again, I would believe you, Tom, if you weren't so insistent, as we had in our very beginning discussion, that you will not believe that even among this wave of immigrants, whether legal or illegal, that we don't become American, that we don't acculturate. You do not want to believe that, and that's why where we have this difference in opinion. So when you give me these, good economic arguments, I might disagree, I might agree, I might disagree, but when you start talking about culture, it all flies out the window, and I'm sorry about that.
I'm sorry too, because culture is...
And you have some people here who have been in Colorado for 400 years. And
you bet. Well, I bet you this. Well, this is not provable in any way, shape, or form, but I will bet you that I have as many supporters in the Hispanic community, people who have been here for a long time, people who have come here legally, as I do detractors. And I will tell you that because polling has actually indicated that for us. Now, well, you may laugh at it, but it is the truth. You may not like it, but it is the truth. And so, the fact that we are, in a way, it is intriguing. Because we are debating this issue tonight. And you wonder, would we be debating it if you were right?
That makes no sense. What's the purpose of a debate if that's...
No. Because there'd be nobody here. You see, you and I could be arguing, there'd be nobody here because everybody had been acculturated, assimilated. There would have been, there'd be no issue.
No, that's not true. That's not true. You see, again, you're the one who believes we're not acculturating. We have a big, huge crowd that's fully acculturated, but still very proud of it. We're telling you that we're acculturated. You don't believe it, hence the interest in the debate. Next question.
Yes, we are going to have impossible to interrupt these two as they go, except in honor of Gustavo's button, can you both justify your stance on the DREAM Act?
The DREAM Act, yes.
Who would like to go first?
What's your button?
DREAM Act, right here.
Oh.
Yeah. It's my button, go ahead. Okay, really briefly, the DREAM Act is a bill before both Congress and the Senate that would create a pathway to citizenship. It's not blanket amnesty. It would create a pathway to citizenship for those undocumented students or also members of the military who came into this country at a young age, came here illegally, and they grew up in this country. Acculturated, assimilated, onto college, some into the military, so it would create a pathway to citizenship. But you have to meet, you have to go to college or you have to join the military. I am fully, of course, in support of the DREAM Act, hence this little button right there. I'm in Orange County, so I don't know everything about Colorado politics, but I had heard your name over the past couple of years, things here or there. You once said something about nuking Mecca, which that made no sense to me whatsoever. And I still think you stole it from one of our guys in Orange County who proposed it back in 2003, but anyways. But I'll remember the first time you truly, piqued my interest. And forgive me, Patty, but was it the Denver Post or the Rocky Mountain News that did a front page cover story about an undocumented college student? And if you guys
Denver Post.
The Denver Post. Okay, so they did.
It was Jesus.
You remember it?
Jesus.
Like a little notch on the bell. Yeah. Wait. What was the name, folks? Jesus Apodaca. So then Denver Post does a front page story about Jesus Apodaca. Says, sorry, college student. Came to this country, obviously his parents came here illegally, they brought him over, fully acculturated, he's trying to go to college, needs money, or tries to get it, obviously, a citizenship or whatever. So I think the following day you said, we need to deport this student right now. That, or
wrong.
Wrong, okay, so explain to me then what exactly you said.
Sure, okay, well first of all, you keep saying, came here, lived here, acculturated, as if all those things happen with some degree of regularity, or
it's
an immutable fact. All you have to do is come here, live here, and become acculturated. But of course, you know, Gustavo, that you cannot intellectually establish that as an immutable fact. It doesn't necessarily happen. Not for Italians, not for Mexicans, not for a lot of people. It just doesn't always happen. So you can't just use that as boom, 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 it always works. No, it
that's
doesn't.
For kids.
No. Okay, so now in this particular case, we will replay the tape. I opened the paper. On the front page of the paper, there is a picture of a family that have indeed come here illegally. They are here illegally. They have a son who wants to go to college. They are upset because he cannot get in-state tuition. I called what was then INS and said, look, I have a question for you. It's just intriguing to me because this is on the front page of the Denver Post. Here's this picture of a family,
Sure.
and identified. I said, what if, not without saying that to them, I said, I just have a question. What if I came up to you, you were leaving your office one day, and I walked up to you and I said, hi, how do you do? I am here illegally, but I am a good citizen. Well, that is not a citizen, but I'm a good participant in this society, and I work and I do all this stuff. And what would you do? I said to the head of the INS here. What would you do if somebody said to you, I'm here illegally, but other than that, I'm a good person? And he said, well, of course, I'd have to take them in and go through a process and take them in. And I said, well, what happens when they tell you that when they're on the front page of the Denver Post? What do you do about that? And he said, well, we don't have the resources to do anything. I said, well, it says here, here's the name, here's the address. They're saying to you, we are here illegally. Now, the next day, or a couple of days after, the Denver Post prints this thing, Tom Tancredo wants to deport Jesus at Christmas time. I don't know, it might have been for all I know. But the reality is that I didn't know who that was. The kid they were talking about, I wasn't talking about. I mean, he was in the story.
Who are you talking about then?
I was talking about the family that appeared on the front page. They were here illegally. He was one of them. And yes, I wondered why they weren't deported. What? All right, so what's funny about it? Tell me. I would like to know. No. Wait a minute. Let's open this up a little bit.
Oh, I don't think you want to do that. So what motivated you? We're almost out of time, folks. So
Because they were illegal.
Because they were illegal.
That's right.
Exactly.
And they were on the front. And I'm just saying, I just wondered what happened when somebody tells the world, by the way, we're here illegally, what are you going to do about it? And it was, to me, it was like, what do you say? Well, how come the INS goes, yeah, I'm supposed to be taking people into custody who are here illegally, but I'm not going to, because, what, I don't have the resources?
As a cousin who works in the ICE, and now she is migra, go figure, the Mexican has a border patrol agent in his family. I know, they say.
I got it standing up, I went, listen, okay, down in, I believe it was Tucson sector. It is, I go visit every time I go down to the border, of course, I go to all of the Border Patrol stations.
Sure.
I'm visiting one it's called muster, and so they are changing squads. People are coming in, leaving, and the new people coming in are getting an orientation. And I just showed up, and I walk in, and every single person in the room was Hispanic. And one of them said, that's Tancredo. And somebody started to applaud, and it worked its way all the way around the table. My right-handed God, that happened, and I'm very proud of it.
I'm sure that didn't happen, but imagine that, Tom. The same family. My cousin, I'm not gonna name names.
Suggesting that just because he was Hispanic, that there was some way he was not connected to the United States.
No. What I'm saying is that my cousin, same family, same background, her father was also an illegal immigrant. Our parents actually came, my mom and her mom came to this country legally because my grandmother was an anchor baby. Fled the Mexican Revolution. My great-grandparents worked the Marenji mine. They didn't care about legal immigrant labor back then. But anyways, so we came from the exact same background, and now my family is working for the Border Patrol. If that's not acculturation, I do not know what.